I am the Director of Conservation and Communications at Wildlife World Zoo, Aquarium, and Safari Park. Most of my responsibilities have to do with communications, promoting all the many animals we have here at Wildlife World, talking about the great offerings we have in terms of our education programs, our on-site activities, and just the hundreds of wonderful species we have right here. I not only get to come in contact with hundreds of animals, but also new people each and every day, whether those are students from our schools that visit us, or civic leaders, or just guests from around the world. I'm usually out and about in the community, talking to members of the news media, talking about wildlife and animals here at Wildlife World, and ways that the zoo can help our community. So I get a nice blend of working with people and working with animals. Okay, good. Scale. Good girl. Yeah, girl. Well, one of the neat things about working with animals, whether you're an animal manager or someone who is an administrator at a zoo, is no day is ever the same. Nice. There's usually something on site that you need to go take a look at, some new construction, or you need to take a look at an animal. Maybe you've had a new birth in the population. You want to check and see how it is. I mean, the great thing about being a zoo person is we get to hang out with the very thing we love the most. As an administrator at a zoological park, I do an awful lot of writing on behalf of the zoo, whether that's for social media, for our website, or many publications, including our marketing. So I'm constantly trying to research and come up with creative ways to share that information with our public. My hours are pretty much 24 hours a day. We're always on call. Even many of our keepers, our key staff members that care for the animals, have to be ready to intervene and respond in case we have an emergency, like an animal health issue or a new birth. Many of our keepers are part of our hand-raising team, so they also have to come in at all hours of the day to give babies their bottle, for example. So being an animal person at a zoo facility means really a lifetime commitment any hour of the day. If someone wants to work around animals, what they have to realize is it's hard work. If you're the type of person that really wants to make sure animals are doing well and succeeding, not just on a global species level, but individual animals, then maybe a zoological career is for you. On the other hand, I know a lot of people think it sounds like a great idea until they actually get into it. And so I would urge everyone to volunteer their time. Go talk to their local vet clinic or horse stables or an animal shelter and spend some time doing the nuts and bolts, because even with all the science and all the programming, there's always going to be that fundamental element of caring for animals, which is cleaning up poo and preparing diets. And that takes a lot of time and effort, and it's not for everybody, and that's okay, but you want to make sure it is for you before you spend all that time in school studying for it. As zoos and aquariums have matured over the past 20 or 30 years, so have our requirements for new hires. Whereas maybe 30 years ago you could get a job with just some on-the-job training as a keeper or a keeper assistant, today's zoos and aquariums are really looking for someone with at least an associate's degree, if not a 4-year degree. And those degrees can be in any of the basic sciences, math, biology, some of the physical sciences. The key thing is we want people who are curious. We want people who have maybe some background in science and maybe even some research background, because a lot of keepers today are participating with veterinarians and researchers on site to collect data, to observe the animal's behavior, and even to present some of that data for scientific publication. When I graduated from college, I was like a lot of students, I think. I thought I knew what I wanted to do, and I actually spent a few years meandering between different jobs because I really was not focused on what my passion was. And that's what I wish for all students out there, that whatever your passion is, you've got to enjoy doing it, because you're going to do it a long time. Whether you make a lot of money or a little bit of money, you want to make sure it's something you love doing. Early in my career, I was lucky. I started at a facility in Ohio and learned how to train very large animals. But the reason I got that job was because I had done some undergraduate research, which I actually published. So I took advantage of the opportunities as a student, which helped me get that first job. And once you get your foot in the door, well, then the sky's the limit if you're willing to work for it. My best advice for kids and young people out there who are thinking about a career in a zoo or aquarium or some other biological occupation is to embrace every opportunity. Study science, stay in school, and be open to those things when you're young, because it's an amazing world out there to study and to learn from.